So now, when did you, or how old were you when you decided to join the military?
Well, it was a contest, quite frankly, in the family. I wanted to go when the war started, and my mother was able to hold me at bay until the following year. On my 19th birthday, I enlisted in the U.S. Army Air Corps, and 3 years and 3 months later, I enlisted as a private, of course. And 3 years and 3 months later, I came out as a captain and I had flown 27 B-29 combat missions over Japan.
Now, when you served, I mean, you were decorated with the Distinguished Flying Cross and the Air Medal with the the leaf clusters there.
Yes.
Can you kind of explain what those mean, or what those? Because those are unbelievable awards, unbelievable recognitions for your service. Can you kind of explain what those were for?
Yeah, well, I think the Air Medal with the oak leaf clusters was a reward just for surviving.
Okay.
I mean, if you lasted every so many missions, I never was quite sure whether I had 4 oak leaf clusters or 3, but there's 3 on the medal, so I'll take the 3. Distinguished Flying Cross was something entirely different. That was for a theoretically heroic deed, or something that you did above and beyond. And it happened to me when I was, I can even tell you the date, April 4th, 1942. On a mission to Japan, the first time we had fighter escort. And if you recall the war history, we took Iwo Jima in order to have a base for fighter aircraft to accompany the B-29s when they went over on the bombing mission, or to protect the B-29. So this was that mission where there was, for the first time, we had fighter protection, but it was a fierce battle. One of our friends bailed out. We stopped and bailed off, and which was not a good idea. For a B-29, you have just so much gasoline to go and get back, and the deed that I was very proud of. We left them. We had somebody covering, and I called the pilot and said, "There's no way we can make it back to Saipan, which is our home base. I want to go." And they told us this morning that they had Iwo Jima was really in our possession, but there was still fighting going on the island. So we actually made the first emergency landing on Iwo Jima.
Really?
Coming back. And I plotted a new course first from Japan to Iwo Jima, and then from Iwo Jima to Saipan, where I was stationed. And when we landed, we had to feather 2 engines out of 4, which is not a good idea. And it all came out right, but we had something over 100 holes in the plane. And we landed. We did get an emergency land at Iwo Jima. The crew had to get out, surrounded the plane with drawn pistols because there were snipers all over the place. And if you saw one, don't fire, because you're going to draw a lot of other fire, but watch. And this is exactly what happened. We climbed back in the plane, and we flew on back to Iwo Jima.
Really?
To Saipan, I'm sorry.
Now, just to give a little context, because I have spent a lot of time in preparation for a meeting with you, reading about the B-29 and reading about, but how many guys were in the plane with you in a B-29?
We had a crew of 11.
11?
11, yes. There was the pilot, co-pilot, bombardier, and navigator with the 4 officers. And then there was the engineer, radio operator, and various gunners.